Let's take a look at the pound dollar for the upcoming August 27th sessions. As you can see, still back right in that consolidation area that we have in here. Probably one of the most significant things I would think that's happening right now on this daily chart is we're watching the development, as I'll move this trend line out here, that we've just come across that trend line and we've closed across it on a daily chart. And sometimes we really don't want to stand in front of that. Even though our MACD is right here still in a fairly neutral position, we still want to be cautious. We want to realize that we've broken through a daily trend line, and that's fairly significant. Even if we've just have this little bit of a tail on here, we still close below a daily trend line, and that triggers a lot of automated systems and big time sellers. So let's go down into the 4-hour chart. And on the 4-hour chart, you can see that the downtrend has really begun and initiated here on the pound dollar. So we would like to see if we could get into a nice sell opportunity. We've had a break of a daily trend line. We've had a close of a daily trend line. We've waited to the New York session. This is Asia. So what do we want to see Asia do? We'd like to see Asia do a couple things. And on the pound dollar, you can see here that the 1-hour chart is really, the MACD is really below the waterline, again, really showing us this downtrend. During the Asian session, we'd like to see one of a couple things happen. We'd like to see this trend line that we have right in here that's developed for the last several hours through the latter part of New York. We'd like to see and maybe get into a break on that trend line and sell. Again, taking some money off as price moves down here. And this is a fairly significant move. You know, if we get in on this trend line break here on a close below it, maybe we might pick up or be able to book profit 40 or 45 pips down if the price closes 20 or so pips on the other side of that. But even if it's 10 pips, if it closes, remember, not spikes, if we get a 30 to 60 minute close on the other side of this trend line, we'd be looking to sell, take some profit off near these lows, not exactly at them, maybe 5 or so pips in front of them, leave some on to see if it's going to go down. Because it does look like the pound dollar, remember, has broken a daily trend line. So we're going to assume now we're in a downward trend on a daily basis. We're going to look to get into that downtrend. So we've had a little bit of a rally against it, and we'd love to see if during the Asian market and maybe even into London, that price would go ahead and pull back up into these highs. Maybe this daily trend line that we've drawn back up in here, maybe it'll pop up here a little bit. Maybe it won't give us that much pop or spring in price, but we'd love to see it at least pop up to one of these resistance lines that we have up in here, and then come back down and do the same thing. So I'd prefer a price not to break this line during the Asian market. I would prefer it to continue to grind up a little bit, and then as we head maybe later Asia, beginning of Frankfurt, get a break of this, and then move down. That should give us a nice setup. Again, we want to watch this low. The reason we want to watch this low is because that if price closes below that low on a 30 or 60 minute chart, we have broken a daily trend line, and we'd be looking for a continuation down of that. So that's going to be a wrap for the pound dollar for today. Again, not looking too much at the indicators, but mostly at some good support and resistance, primarily because we've broken through that trend line on the daily chart.